Hello and welcome to this live session on Friday. As usual, we are broadcasting on 4 different platforms on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. This is 𝗥𝘂𝗿𝗆. I'm the managing lawyer of Sobirovs Law Firm, a boutique business immigration law firm here in Toronto. I'm connecting with you today from the comforts of my home because I'm getting ready to go to British Columbia tomorrow morning early. That's why I decided not to go to office and connect with you directly from home. Today's topic, as you may know, is about the new Alberta Rural Entrepreneur Stream. This is a new, recently announced program, and it has some flexibility. This program has a lot of flexibility for those who cannot meet certain permanent residence immigration program requirements. We will analyze it today in more detail. And for those who are joining us for the first time, this live session on Fridays is broadcasted live, as you can expect, and we can get disconnected because internet is not stable sometimes. If we do get disconnected, please come back to the same location where you're joining us from, and we will continue our session. The sessions are usually of 2 parts. One is that I make a presentation for about 20-25 minutes, and then we will go to your questions live, and I will do my best to answer them as much as I can. For those questions that I cannot answer today, I'll take those questions and come back to you if you leave your question as a comment underneath this video. Anything and everything that you hear in these live sessions should not be considered legal advice. Legal advice can only be obtained when you hire a lawyer and enter into lawyer-client relationship. Whatever you hear is general information only. So housekeeping items aside, now let's delve into the program, which is very, very interesting. It's a new opportunity. It's a new message to the world by Canadian provinces, specifically by Alberta, saying that we need your business. Come do business in Alberta. Alberta, as you may know, is an oil center, oil and gas center, let's say, of Canada. It's one of the most prosperous and very developed provinces in terms of oil and gas. Now, due to the whole changes in fossil fuel environment, Alberta is embracing different aspects of business. For example, Alberta has opened tech pathway recently, and now this is new rural entrepreneur stream. Its a basic message is come do business in Alberta. So especially in rural Albertan towns. Now I will delve into the eligibility, but I'm more concerned about how you can benefit from this program. So please leave me your contacts and any questions you may have, and tell us where you're joining us from. That would be really, really helpful for us to see where our global audience is. Okay, so let's go with the presentation. What is the new program, the new Rural Entrepreneur Stream? Just before I delve into the discussion, this photo that you see of the mountains and plain fields is the right depiction of Alberta. If you haven't been in Alberta, the western side of Alberta is Rocky Mountains, where you see beautiful mountains. These are Rocky Mountains. And on the eastern side of Alberta is more plain fields, what we call prairies. So it borders with Saskatchewan. And this photo in one shot depicts what Alberta is. However, you also have big cities like Edmonton and Calgary. We will discuss those in a moment. Okay. So what is Alberta's new program? It's a new way for immigrant entrepreneurs, not everybody, entrepreneurs from outside of Canada to apply for permanent residence. This statement is needs a more description, is that it's a temporary program, temporary residence program to permanent residence program. So yes, it will ultimately result in permanent residence, but in the meantime, when you implement your business plan, you are on work permit together with your family. Okay, it's a provincial economic immigration program under what's called the Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. So Alberta is a very active province in terms of creating its own immigration programs based on the needs and requirements of the province. They go hand in hand with federal government. However, Alberta, I would say, is a very active province in terms of provincial programs. So for those who want to start a business or purchase an existing business in Alberta, in Alberta's rural communities, okay? So there are two ways, as you can see. Either you establish your business from scratch if you have a great business idea and you think it's a great fit for Albertan rural towns and cities, then you can do that. However, there's a distinction you will see in this program that buying an existing business could be advantageous. Let's answer the question very quickly. Who can apply? An entrepreneur is a person who sets up a business with the aim of making a profit. This is a very legal wording, I would say. Whatever you do under this program, you should primarily focus on making profit. Many times in our live sessions, we focus on whether it's a making profit or immigrating. Okay, you focus on your business immigration. You focus to run your business, and the lawyers take care of your immigration part. So the ultimate goal of this whole program, yes, it's an immigration program, but the focus is you trying to make profit through your activities. Okay, minimum 3 years of experience as an active business owner, not a passive investor. Okay, because many people ask me, oh, I'm an entrepreneur and I have stock. I do stock market trading. That's not the right fit. Okay, so active business owner, active business manager for the last 3 years, or minimum of 4 years as a senior manager if you don't own a business. So you are an employee. In the last 10 years, either you have 3 years of active management, the ownership, or 4 years of working as a managing position. High school equivalent diploma. This is where the flexibility comes in, right? So not many people, especially in the entrepreneur world, they don't really focus on getting diplomas, right? It's usually you start working from young age, you become an entrepreneur, you become very successful. The diploma and papers are not the priority. So this is where this program recognizes that high school diploma is good enough. However, we will see in the next slides, the higher diploma you have, the more points you will get. And another flexibility, CLB level 4, Level 4 is a very low level of English or language requirement, English or French. So in English, IELTS, it would be around 3.5, 4.5, which is, it's a very conversational English. So you don't have to be very, very fluent in the languages as English or French, the two official languages of Canada. The minimum net worth is also very attractive to many entrepreneurs around the world. It's only $300,000 to be eligible. These funds, this net worth should be either yours, your spouse's, or combined, and spouses as well as common law partners. So minimum investment, that's the focus on the word minimum, is minimum investment of 200,000 Canadian. And there are two scenarios you can focus on. Either you establish a business with a partner, with a local Canadian partner. In that case, you need to own 51% of the business. Or if you are in business succession, so you buy out an existing business from a Canadian, then you need to be 100% owner of that business. Creation of at least one job for Canadians. This also, we need to look in two different scenarios. One is you establish new business, then you have to create at least one Canadian job for Canadians. If you are buying out an existing business, that requirement becomes optional. But if you implement and create more jobs for Canadians, you have a better chance to get nominated for permanent residence. And of course, having a community support letter to be eligible even to submit your documents, okay, from participating communities across Alberta. So now I will focus on what are those communities. However, let me show the map first. So this is a map of parts of Alberta. This is between Edmonton at the top and Calgary at the lower left hand. So you can see where these communities are located. I had to divide into two smaller maps because, as you can see, across this highway number 2, all the way on the right hand side, Edmonton, Red Deer, Calgary corridor, right? And you can see all those towns here on the left side. So from Edmonton to all the way to Calgary and down to the city of Brooks. So these are the locations of the communities, and this map doesn't show you very clearly, but on the left side, on the more greener side, these are the Rocky Mountains, the ranges, right? And on the right hand side, it's more plain and open fields, very fit to agricultural business. So these are the communities, and let's briefly explain. Let me explain you the communities that are listed at the moment as participating may change. Okay, the main criteria is that a community should be with a population of less than 100,000. That's why the city of Red Deer, let me show you right here, the city of Red Deer here is not included. See on the right hand side between Edmonton down to south to Red Deer, that city is over 100,000 in population. However, you can see that there are the participating communities are not too far away from the major cities. Now, so that's why the main criteria is that the population is lower than 100,000, and you can see the participating communities. The highest number of people living in those communities is about 20,000, which is Red Deer County, within Red Deer County. And if your business idea and your lifestyle really fits rural communities, then this is the program you may consider very seriously. More communities may apply and become the part of the participating communities in Alberta, but at the moment these are the cities, and I really hope in the near future I will visit each of them. This is not a very big radius of traveling in Canadian terms. As you can see on the left hand side, majority of those towns are within reach, so around 700 kilometers of driving. I will go through them and probably do your exploratory visit on your behalf. It will be interesting to see those communities because, to be honest, before advising anything to our clients, we need to experience that ourselves and go and see, touch those places and talk to the right people. Okay, so these are the communities that can participate, and I can say that in the future that may change. The list may change. How to increase your chances in this program? That's more important. I would say buy an existing business for many reasons. One is you will get better chances in terms of points. There's a grid points that we will discuss shortly. Buying an existing business allows you to put your trust in the history of the business, right? You can negotiate. There are a lot of businesses across Canada, and I'm not very specific to Alberta, across Canada, that people want to retire and their retirement fund is in that business. Okay, if they sell the business, they will retire successfully and enjoy the rest of retirement. If they cannot sell, that's the issue. So from the Canadian perspective, look at these programs as an encouragement for foreigners to come and buy existing very good Canadian businesses. So especially nowadays as we recover our economy. And to be between the ages of 21 and 49, yes, there's a no limitation. However, if you are between these age categories, you will have a better chance to increase your points and be selected, because Another message that these programs give you is that Canada needs to get younger in population, okay? Bring your family, establish yourself, run a successful business, enjoy what Canada offers you. So this is the ultimate background messages of all these programs. Your spouse, common law partner, has completed at least 1 year of full-time postgraduate, post-secondary education. These are the diplomas that your spouse may have. So remember, you as a principal applicant may be okay to have high school diploma, but if your family members, your spouse or common law partners is more educated, that gives you more chances to be selected. A minimum level of Canadian language benchmark of 4 for your spouse, which is not mandatory, but it's great to have that in French or in English. Have an Alberta relative. So relative is defined as these categories of people within your network. If you have an Alberta relative, which means that you have a very good chances to be settled down in Alberta, and government recognizes it, gives you more points. So the point system, I mentioned about the point system. The total amount of maximum amount of points is 175, and the points are awarded based on the business location, business experience. The more business experience you have, other than those minimums, the higher are your points. Total business investment amount. Remember, the investment amount required to be eligible is 200,000. However, if you invest more than that, you have more chances to be selected for to be processed under this program. Net worth also is only minimums 300,000, but the more you have, the better it is. The number of jobs created. If you are establishing a new business, remember you have to create at least one job, full-time job for Canadians, not for your relatives, but for outsiders, for Canadians. If you create, for when you are buying a business, you don't have to create jobs, but if you create jobs, you are awarded more points. So you increase your chances as you contribute more. Of course, language proficiency, the more fluent you are, the better. Level of education, Canadian or Albertan experience. If you are already in Alberta or in Canada, you may benefit from your existing business experience. Relatives in Alberta, as I mentioned, spouses' level of English or French, and your age. So these are the point differentiators in terms of your chances. Now, how does the process work? Process is very meticulous, especially nowadays with COVID-19 restrictions. Things are a bit different, and they are more flexible, I would say. First and foremost, you need to understand again that this is not a direct access to permanent residence, okay? This is a work permit to permanent residence pathway, okay? The process works in this fashion. First, you need to really understand if you are eligible and if this is the right program for you, and then decide, because you will spend a lot of energy and resources to once you determine that this is the right place, this is the right program, you will need to invest substantially for professional fees to do your research and so on. Of course, coming to Canada, seeing those communities on your own is very advantageous. However, due to the COVID-19 restrictions, the exploratory visits and talking to the communities can be done online. I will refer you to this page, which I will leave under this video. It's a governmental page. Government of Alberta has an amazing resources to guide you through this. Okay, let me share the screen. So on this page, as you can see, there are contact persons, okay? You need to set up an appointment for online exploratory visit, so to say, because at the moment, it's recognized that it could be done by video conferencing, the exploratory visit. For now, this may change, okay? Stay updated, visit this website often, and you will see. These are the contact people that you should talk to in terms of your research and due diligence. Okay, and part of the process too, because without exploratory visit, your application will not be considered. Prepare your rural entrepreneur stream business proposal summary. Once you do that, once you do your exploratory visit online or in person and talk to the communities, talk to your contact people, do your due diligence, then once you decide what to do, what kind of business to do or purchase, you will prepare this summary. Okay, this summary is also available online. This is the form that you need to fill. Let me open this up. This is the form you need to fill. It's called Business Proposal Summary Rural Entrepreneur Stream. So this what you will be doing in a nutshell, and submit this, because without this, your application will be incomplete. Then obtain, once you submit that proposal and the community approves it, endorses it, you will get a community support letter and endorsed business proposal summary. These are the two pieces of documents that you need to have in order to move forward. Then there's a process called submitting your expression of interest. Basically, you put your initiative to the Albertan government, saying that this is what I did so far. Here's my community support letter, and here's my business summary. This is what I want to do. You enter the pool of those who expressed interest, and you will stay in that pool for 12 months. You can update your profile. It's online. If the Albertan government likes what you've submitted, you will get a request from the government to submit your business application. Okay, see, the majority of work is done until to be considered. You do a lot of work. It's a lot of legwork, and I suggest that you work with professionals for that. Okay, once you received a request to submit your full application, then you submit your application with a non-refundable fee of 3,500 Canadian dollars, and submit your full application. That's where your application is complete and submitted. Now the ball is on the Canadian side. Okay, business application assessed by Alberta Advantage Immigration Program, the authorities, and once they approve and want to move forward, you will be offered to sign a business performance agreement where you outline what you're gonna do, how many jobs you create, and that will be the framework which will be checked and reviewed to see if you performed under this agreement. Okay, once you do that, once you sign the business performance agreement, a business application approval letter will be issued for you with a letter of support. Then you apply for a 2-year work permit at the Canadian Embassy within 3 months of obtaining those approval letters and letters of support. Okay, so you need to apply for a work permit which will be valid for 2 years. That means that you have 2 years in Alberta to do what you promised to do under the performance agreement. Okay, you get your visa, work permit with you and your family, come to Canada, move to Alberta, and start making steps towards execution, implementation, and towards the permanent residence status in Canada. So in a nutshell, that's how the process works. And to be honest, I would give this process around 1 year. Okay, 1 year roughly, but diligent work, diligent preparation will make it faster, but 1 year is a realistic estimate. Now, before delving into permanent residence, I will remind you, please put your questions under the comment section of the video that you are watching right now. I'm almost done, and it's about 5 more minutes, and then I will delve into your questions. Okay, so once you are in Canada, once you are successfully landed in Alberta, what you gonna do? Start running your business, and you need to run at least for 12 months. Okay, prepare your arrival report. Once you arrive in Alberta, you prepare a report and you submit it. You have a contact person with the authorities to work with, okay? And you prepare your business progress report every 6 months. So that's a compliance aspect of it. And you can do it on your own, or you can work with your legal advisors to prepare those business progress reports. What did you do? Did you buy, whatever needs to be done for the business? Did you buy new equipment? Did you implement new product or new service or whatnot? And because you have 2 years to implement what you promised to implement, if for some reason you need to extend your work permit because you couldn't yet fully realize what you promised in business performance agreement, then you may ask for an extension of your work permit. But you need to do it within certain time frame, within 90 days of your work permit expiry. So timing is a key issue here, and you need to be very diligent about that. And once everything is fully satisfied, you perform your under the agreement with the province, you need to then obtain your nomination certificate. This is a nomination by the province of Alberta to the federal government to convert you, to make you permanent resident. Okay, so now at this stage you are expected to fulfill the provincial level requirements. Once the province is happy with your performance, then they move on with federal government. Then at this stage, you submit your final report for nomination. You request a nomination saying that here's my final report. I submitted everything. I fulfilled all my obligations. Now, please nominate me for permanent residence. You get your nomination certificate and apply for permanent residence. In the meantime, while PR is being considered, you need to continue doing your business, okay? It's not just at that moment you stop doing business. No, you continue. You may extend your work permit at that time too. It's very easy to do so because it depends on your timing. Maybe you have enough time to become permanent resident and you don't have to extend your work permit, but sometimes you need that extension a little bit, okay? So this is how it works. And when I say you, I also mean your immediate family, spouse, common law partner, and children under 22, okay, who are not married. Okay, so your preparation, where you need to start. My 2 cents on this is talk to us if you are interested in the province of Alberta. And I promise we will visit Alberta very soon to give you the right information from the grassroots. Talk to us and tell us your goals, because we need to identify if this program is the right one or if there is another program which is more suitable for you. So talk to us, book a consultation with us, and we will sit and discuss it thoroughly with your goals in mind. If this is the right program, and not many people may find it as a suitable program, some people may find it. So start with confidence. Once you determine that this is the right program, start with confidence and focused implementation of your immigration goals. Have trusted advisors on your immigration journey. This is a journey. This is not a one snap lottery type of thing. This requires a lot of preparation, a lot of thought, and then strategizing and then implementing. So strategy building is key. So in order not to waste a lot of resources and time, you need to build your immigration strategy first. Choosing the right program will always be crucial for your success. Handling your file. Once we determine your strategy, we are very experienced in handling all types of business immigration programs. So we have the right expertise to run with your file as per chosen strategy. So determining strategy with patience and diligence is the key for your success. Who will help you in this journey? We are here to help. We are immigrants. We are Canadians now, and we want you to become Canadian in the near future. We speak many languages. Probably we speak your language too. So talk to us, follow us on different social media channels, and stay updated. If you want to get all the information on your cell phone, scan this barcode and download our contact information. Thank you very much for your kind attention today. Now it's time for your questions, and I will be happy to respond to them if you put them under the comment section. Okay, so let me acknowledge all those participants today. It's a very busy audience from around the world. Thank you very much for joining. Ravi and Jambal 𝗥𝘂𝗿𝗃𝗍𝗃, hello there. Asan Sagambayev, hello Asan, nice to see you. Namja Uzbek, he says salam to you too. There are people asking me in different languages because I'm fluent in several languages. Unfortunately, these live sessions on Fridays are only in English, and I appreciate your understanding on this. Okay, Swaran Plastics is asking very good question. We are attending your live seminar for the first time. We are looking to invest in BC or Alberta. Then the best way to contact us, Swaran Plastics, we will be happy to talk to you. Go to our website. Let me bring it up for your convenience. What you need to do, there are several steps that I suggest that you do. Go to our website. There's a lot of information for you to look at. So depends on your situation. If you are an existing company from outside of Canada, I think you should start from intra-company transfer guide. There are a lot of guides that we created for our listeners. Very handy, very informative, and read also some success stories. Maybe you can relate to them. Very helpful tools are also available here. You can calculate your fees, estimate, this is an estimate, and also on the right hand corner you can get instant free assessment to all business immigration programs existing nowadays. Okay, answer some questions, get a sense of what's going on, and if you decide to talk to us, right hand side corner, top right hand, book 1 hour strategy meeting with our senior business immigration lawyer. So this is, I think, a very good step to do your due diligence, and I'm happy to see you joining us for the first time for this live session, and I hope you find it useful, and I hope you subscribe for our channel. Thank you very much, Swaran Plastics. It's a pleasure to have you. Now, 𝗙𝗂𝗿 is saying hello to you too. Good morning, greetings from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Good morning, good evening to you too, because it's a different time zone. Thank you very much for participating. What is the limit of investment? Iram Sayed is asking this question. There's no limit on investment. You can invest millions of dollars if your project requires such investment. But I think you should start slowly, but have a projection of investing certain amount of money. Have it outlined in your business proposal. Okay, start slowly but confidently. I don't want you to pour into millions of dollars right away on your first attempt. Start slowly, have a solid plan to implement. There's no limit of investment. There's a minimums. Minimums always give you minimum chance. The more you invest, the better are your chances. Hello from Uzbekistan. Hello to Uzbekistan too. Tanya 𝗙𝗃𝗍𝗃𝗍𝗍, hello Tanya, nice to see you. And also hello to the UAE. We have a lot of clients from the UAE and very many success stories that you can read on our website. Thank you for joining us today. Swaran Plastics is from India, and I'm happy to tell you that we served many Indian clients, and one of the the highest number of visitors to our website is apparently from India, and India is a driving force of that subcontinent. And I think there are a lot of businesses interested in the Canadian market, in North American market overall. We will be happy to talk to you, Swaran Plastics, if you decide to contact us. Thank you. 𝗙𝗂𝗿 is from Mongolia. Hello, Mongolia is a country where a lot of Canadian investment is done in the sectors such as mining and natural resources. It's great to have you, 𝗙𝗂𝗿. And Awala Billa is from from Turkey. Greetings to Turkey, and it's Turkish language is one of the languages we are fluent in. If you would like to talk to us, we will be happy to discuss your options. 𝗥𝘂𝗿 also from Mongolia. Hello to Mongolia too. All right, now let's come to questions. WA from Saudi Arabia is asking the following question. I'm not a senior manager, but I'm a project manager who runs successfully multi-million budget projects. Does that matter? Is it sufficient? I think we need to look into your duties and responsibilities. Senior managerial job is defined broadly. So let's discuss. If you contact us, we can see if your experience satisfies what this specific Alberta Rural Entrepreneur Programs requires. If not, then we will discuss other immigration programs. This is only one program. So your managerial skills and your potential to invest and run business in Canada can be useful or applicable for other business immigration programs too. So talk to us. I think your experience is relevant. As long as you want to do business as an entrepreneur in Canada, we can find a solution. Lucas from Johannesburg. It's always great to see you, Lucas. You are very active in our live sessions. I hope you find them useful. If you have any questions, Lucas, it will be my pleasure to answer. Iram Sayed, 200,000. It's a response from Muhammedov. It's a minimum 200,000. There's no limit, the upper limit. So upper limit is infinity. All right. How does the weather looks like in these rural regions? That's a great question, and I like it. The weather, of course, Edmonton and Calgary are in winter. These are cold areas. However, in summer, due to it's very my friends who live in Calgary, they say summers are very sunny. Even in winter times, you always experience sunny weather, although it's cold. But it's a sunny weather. The sun affects your mood, as you may know, and there are some periods or days during winter time, because there's a mountain range between Alberta and British Columbia. The warm weather ultimately passes through the mountain range, and there's some kind of spring type weather during winter for several days, they say, in Calgary. I haven't experienced that. It's a hearsay evidence from my friends who lived in Calgary. So Calgary is a very enjoyable place to live. Many people live there. It's one of the most active real estate markets there. Alberta has attracted many big companies such as Amazon Web Services and many others. Calgary is becoming one of the centers of technology. So I encourage you to consider Alberta. Regardless of its weather, there are cold parts, there are cold days and warm days. However, the infrastructure is built so that you enjoy your life there. Okay, so weather-wise, I don't think it should be a problem for many people, unless you really don't like any type of cold weather. Then that's a consideration to make. Okay, so how does the weather looks like? Okay, we answered that question. Hello there. Could you please share your contacts for any consultation? Of course, you can scan this barcode or go to Sobirovs.com website, as I shared here, Sobirovs.com. You can book consultation at the top right hand corner, which says book 1 hour strategy meeting. All right, now another question that I got is Esat. Hello, Esat. Nice to see you again. I hope you're doing fine. 𝗙𝗂𝗶𝗱, thank you for this great session. I'm very happy that this session you find useful. If you find it useful, consider subscribing. Thumbs up or thumbs down, doesn't matter. Share your thoughts and share it with this video with your network. I hope it will be useful for them too. Now, Lucas has a question. This program is only for people who are highly educated, high educated. No, it's a high school diploma is enough for eligibility, Lucas. What people like us who have capital with many years of experience in the business, as long as you have high school diploma, I think your eligibility has improved. And if you have enough finances and you want to do business, it could be you should consider this program seriously. But again, Lucas, the best way is to sit with a lawyer, discuss it in detail, and identify if this program is right program for you. Okay. All right. So Pablo, hello from Argentina. You have support in Spanish. We used to have a Spanish speaking team member. However, she left, and but we speak English. Spanish is not our forte at the moment, but I will let you know if we hire someone speaking Spanish. We will be happy to talk to you. But your English seems to be very okay to me. Don't bother with don't think that we will not understand you. I think we will understand you one way or another. We can hire even a translator for our meetings. If you want to discuss your options with us, you're welcome to book an appointment. Thank you. All right. I'm JSJS is asking the following question. I'm a full-time equity trader. Should I open a hedge fund or a regular trading firm, or should I choose different field? I'm from the US. That's a very specific question. I'm not I don't know how the regulation of trading is done in Canada, to be honest. This is not my expertise. Opening certain type of funds and trading firms may require some kind of licensing by the Canadian authorities. If you are from the US and you have a US citizenship, you may benefit from what we call treaty investor. There's a treaty between US, Canada, and Mexico. It used to be called NAFTA. Now they call it CUSMA. So under that agreement, you may be a treaty investor, and there might be other flexible options for you to come to Canada. So I encourage you to book a consultation with us. And don't worry, there is a fee for consultation, but if we both decide to work together, the consultation fee will be applied towards the retainer. So I think that's a win-win situation for both of us. This is a very specific question, and I'm very sorry that I cannot answer that in detail. You are a Kazakh citizen. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not the U.S. citizen. So if you have a U.S.-based company, then still you need to talk to us in more detail. And if you are willing to invest and run a business in Canada, we may come up with a suitable option for you. Pablo is asking a question. Do you work with immigration for startup visas? With a startup visa, can I live anywhere in Canada, including the province of Quebec? Do you have to live in the same place where the incubator is located? No, the incubator programs have their own requirements. You can literally live anywhere in Canada. However, there might be some in-person events that you have to participate under the incubator program that you are accepted to. So look at the program requirements. Startup visa, yes, we deal with startup visas and we are experiencing that. However, please note that startup visa program processing time is now very long. I don't know, it doesn't really suit the processing time being long doesn't really suit the nature of startup, because startups are fast and they scale fast. If you are accepted already for an incubator, talk to us and we may be more specific in our advice. Okay, yes, we deal with startup visas. 𝗥𝘂𝗿𝗃 is asking the question, what are the risks involved as a director or shareholder under program of a startup visa? So this is a corporate law question, but in a nutshell, directors are responsible for the to pursue the best interest of the corporation. So as a shareholder, you are the true owner of the corporation. Directors are the ones who are hired by the corporation to run the business. So sometimes the shareholder and director are the same people. So they have an obligation to pursue the best interest of the corporation and maximize the return of shareholders. So their decisions may bring some consequences. In a startup world, I think depends on your investors' agreement with you on how you will run the startup as a director or as a shareholder. So in many startups, the shareholders and directors are the same people, as I said, but they have different obligations and responsibilities. It's a very big topic. If you want to discuss it, if you are a shareholder or director of a startup company, talk to us. We may guide you in that respect. Okay. All right, Lucas, thank you very much for your kind words. I hope you enjoyed this one too. If you have any questions, I can wait for a couple of minutes still. We are almost 47 minutes into the session. I will take a couple of more questions and we will say goodbye. And I have to get ready for my trip to BC, British Columbia. 𝗙𝗂𝗶𝗱 is asking the following question: which kind of businesses can be bought through this immigration stream? Very good question. There are certain ineligible businesses, such as passive investments, pawn shops, and other types of restrictions. Other than those restrictions, any type of other businesses can be bought. So in the guidelines of this program, there's a list of ineligible business. So I would say all other businesses other than those. And I will leave the guidelines link under this video. You can see it for yourself. Okay, it's very easy. Is there a way to explore them online in order to build up strategy? I think the best is to contact the designated people in each community that is participating and ask them whether there are available businesses for sale. So the point of initial contact is that designated person, and it's on the website, their contact information. I think they know what businesses are for sale, what businesses are good in that neighborhood, in that community. Yeah, it's possible to do some kind of online research. Maybe once you get a contact of the business, you may call them and discuss in more detail with the business owners directly. Okay. 𝗙𝗂𝗶𝗱 is asking the very legal question: any liability of shareholders financially under the startup? Usually the shareholders are their liability is limited by the amount they invest into the company. For example, if I invest 100,000 to that company as a shareholder, my liability is limited to that 100,000, and provided that the corporation is fully incorporated in Canada. So that's limiting your liability in that sense. Other than that, there's no financial liability under the law. Of course, people may argue with you and get courts to decide it, but in a nutshell, your liability is limited to the amount of investment you put into that corporation, or into that startup. Okay. All right. WA is saying, please have a nice trip to BC. This is my first contribution to your channel. Thank you very much for your kind contribution. When I'm in BC, I'm attending a conference with my team, and I will do my best to do ground research in BC, see what's the business environment is like. I've been to BC many times, but this time my eyes will be to explore the area, to get as much information as possible, the useful information, I hope, to my audience. Stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and I hope the information you get from us will help you make a good decision. Ravshan is asking, do we need SAT for Alberta University? That's a question for in this, how to get accepted to university. This is not a subject matter of today's session, but I think the best way for you is to contact that university and see if they accept SATs. Okay. All right. Thank you for active participation. I really appreciate that. Swaran Plastics, which is absolute and faster way to permanent residency, intra-company transfer, or this program. I think if you compare federal programs, which is intra-company transfer program is a federal program, to provincial programs, I think federal programs are faster overall. But again, it depends, okay? It depends on your business plan, on your performance, but the provincial programs are more suitable when you are really interested in the location of that province or community. But federal programs are across Canada, right? So that gives you more flexibility. These are the topics that we discuss in our strategy call. Every situation is very, very different. Every company is different. The owners have different priorities, business priorities, family priorities, and immigration priorities. So a lot of I hate to respond it this way, but it depends all the time. It depends on the individual situation. All right. So Swaran Plastics is asking to do a comparison video on BC and rural Alberta. I hope that's a plan. Visiting those communities, sensing what the environment is like, because I've never been in those communities in Alberta. That will be my ground research, I hope. Okay. Okay, now final questions from Kalpana. Startup visa is landed PR. What's the timeline for same applying if applying from India? I think processing times for startups for permanent residents used to be around 31 months, but I need to check again. The best way to check is to go to processing times. Let's do it again together while we have time here. CIC processing times. It's easy. You go here, you select your economic immigration, right? And you select startup visa, processing times. Yes, 31 months. Unfortunately, this is the disadvantage of at the moment. I hope this amount of time changes, but this is too long, to be honest. It's almost 3 years, and I don't know whether a startup visa applicant will be able to wait this long. I don't know. And other types of immigration, let's say provincial nominee programs for permanent residents via online express entry, if you say yes, that's a 21 month. This is unbearably long, to be honest. So this is the place where you can find more information about processing times. All right. Well, I hope this session was useful. Thank you very much for great participation. I enjoy talking to real cases and real people like you. Consider following us in different channels, on different social media channels, and send us your suggestions. I hope you will join us next week, and have a great weekend. This has been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.